Welcome back to All Things ETH. My name is Aaron, and on this channel we talk about all things Ethereum. We talk about projects, NFTs, play to earn, DeFi, and price. And today, guys, here is my latest update on the Friend.Tech application and SocialFi in general. Guys, I am skipping every single other SocialFi platform besides Friend.Tech because I think this is the place to be right now. First mover advantage, obviously, and we have the highest TVL, and we have the most influencers and big money in the space. Now, there are a couple other ones that are building on top of Friend.Tech. I know New Bitcoin City is highly recommended by some of my friends, so do check that out if you get a chance. But I'm sticking with this because I don't have a lot of extra time, to be honest. I do a lot of things outside of crypto, and if I can pick one SocialFi application, it's going to be Friend.Tech. So let's jump into what's going on here. There's been a lot of UI upgrades in Friend.Tech over the last couple weeks. I'm sorry, I was sick last week, had a really bad bout with COVID, and did not get to report last week, but my portfolio has jumped up to 10.5 ETH. I did put in about a half ETH over the last week and a half, but I hit 10 ETH, and I'm up about, I think about 40% total on inflows. If I was to sell everything today, I think I'd make about a 40% profit, not including the airdrop points. So things have been very good. I've been around since basically the end of week one. I didn't get in on the first wave of the Friend.Tech codes that got out, but I did get in within a couple days. So I've been around since week one. I think we're on a total of week 8 now, I believe, if I'm correct. And correct me if I'm wrong. Please put in any comments you might have about this video in the comments below, guys. But gotta be honest, there's some awesome keys right here if you look at this list, and it's cool that they've actually ranked everybody based on their key price and other metrics. So get in there. If you do share the same key price, there's other metrics like watch list, and you know, how much you chat, and all these things are now a part of the point system, and the point system is based on your rank and how many points you can pull down. Now, again, 11:59 every single Thursday. That's UTC. The snapshot is taken for the points drop, and today is Friday, so we're about to see probably the next 4 to 5 hours what we did get in the snapshot and how many points we did get this week, and we get to analyze the data and see what the current meta is. And last week, guys, it was all about portfolio value, but also diversification. So I do think their Friend.Tech, the point system is giving more points to those who hold more diverse amounts of keys, not just multiples of several keys, but if you hold, you know, how many holders you have, how many you're holding, are big factors. So those are 2 and 3 in the top 3 of the points breakdown. Number 1 being portfolio value. So if you have a lot of ETH in your portfolio, you've launched a bunch of keys, or you've bought a bunch of keys, not just how much you're holding, like this is your holding. I try to be as maximize this as much as possible, and then put as much into my portfolio as possible. I do think, by the way, TVL is at an all-time, or right underneath all-time highs here, and this is ETH value, guys. There's USD versus ETH, so regardless of the price of ETH at the time, we are currently sitting just under the TVL all-time high. The all-time high was at 30,000 ETH total, and now we're at 29,000 ETH, so we're just about 1,000 ETH under the all-time high. And so we could see that being a big factor into the next couple of weeks, especially as we see the overall TVL of the crypto market is rallying currently. So I do think as soon as we're in a full-on bear market, or bull market rather, this could be off to the races, and Friend.Tech being the #1 SocialFi app in all of DeFi and Web3. So anyway, check out some of these keys for me. Trev is one of my biggest here, and I'll shout out him here. So his that's Trevor PSFO, and he has gone from about, I think I bought him at like 0.25 ETH, and he's up over 1.1 ETH now, which is incredible. Keeps 3-3ing, and this is what I want to talk about right now. What are the best ways to grow your key price. Now, if you have a ton of ETH, like Trev does, getting into 3-3 relationships is the best way and is currently still current meta throughout this beta period at least. Now, I do recommend that if you are 3-3ing, that you only do one key at a time. So if you're personally, I've run into some factors where I've bought two of somebody, thinking that they would hold their price around 0.1 and where I'm at 0.2. And so they grow up and they grind and they get up to 0.2. Well, that's great for the key price, but a lot of those people want you to hold on to their keys because it will bring their key value down if you sell one. And so you might get a lot of profit out of that, and you got to be discerning, right? So got to use your value wisely, your ETH wisely. There are other people that I 3-3 with early on and thought they had a lot of potential and have either had issues, got scared away maybe by the SwimSwap drama that we had a couple weeks ago, or just recently rugged. Like one guy in particular, got to call him out because I can't stand ruggers, man. So we had, I think it was Nikki G. Nikki G was at 0.3 when I purchased his keys or her keys, and recently rugged, took just sold everything, started with their top. I think they had a couple really high-end keys, and that's probably why their key was at 0.3. A lot of value in their portfolio, and absolutely rugged, guys. Just sold everything basically without warning, and that was really frustrating for a lot of us because we lost value because our keys not only got sold, but the value of that key that we owned. And I'm sorry to anybody who owned more than one of Nikki G, because you got hit hard in your portfolio value. But I love it that they are ranking now. So another number 2 on that list, how to grow your account. Now, if you don't have a lot of ETH, now I'm personally going to be sitting, I think, at about 10.5. I have other ETH that are locked up in lending programs or are being used in other ways to stake or whatnot throughout the DeFi ecosystem. So I do think I'm capped at this point as far as how much ETH I can put in to the system. Now, you can certainly sell some of your profits. You will lose that 3-3 bond if you do that sort of thing. A lot of the, like, I own a Trev key. If I was to sell Trev, I would certainly make a lot of money on Trev, but also he would sell my key and would lower the price of my key, so I have to think about that. Now, there's other things like I own 2 Drake keys, so Drake is actually nearing 1 ETH for me because I own 2 of his keys. He's at 0.452. But I own 2 of his keys because I'm was hoping to take advantage of some of that upside potential there. And so I could sell his key and roll into a couple 3-3 relationships by doing that. But I'm also wanting to just hold on to his key because I think he's the best grinder that I have potentially, and could easily see 1 ETH per Drake digital key. Luke's, on the other hand, he and I 3-3'd. Now he's ground a little bit faster than I have. I'm not sure if he's got more ETH than I do or is able to 3-3 more often with others. But personally, I think he's just a crazy grinder. I actually think his overall portfolio value is higher, but I think he's put less ETH in than I have. I'd have to consult with him on that specific fact, but he has been grinding more often than anybody else that I've seen personally inside of Friend.Tech, and he's doing a killer job of that. Why I have 2 of Drake's keys and 1 of Luke's keys is because I've known Drake for longer. I've been following his YouTube account, and that's a big factor. And what I want to talk about next is how you're providing value. If you're tapped out of your ETH value, it's going to be hard to 3-3. It's going to be hard to grow your account if you're not doing anything. So you have to grind harder, right? So you need to put out content on Twitter, get seen by the larger accounts that can afford to buy your keys and not have you buy their keys back, right? There's a lot of people out there that want to put ETH into this ecosystem, especially for the airdrop potential. Again, you don't get points on what's in your wallet, you get points on what's in your portfolio. So you have to actually buy keys, and those higher accounts are looking for grinders like Drake, like Luke's, like myself, that are maybe a little bit tapped out as far as ETH that they could put into the system, but are going to provide value to them, right, and grow their key value organically. So, and then if you're below 0.1, guys, and you're still trying to grow your account, you need to provide services that nobody else can. And a lot of those people are actually creating art for their key holders. So I've aped probably 4 or 5 people that are creating banners for my X account, or creating full-size posters out of my PFP, or doing some sort of custom art for all of their key holders, and I love to support those guys. Now, and the last thing is just being valuable in any other way possible is going to get your key price up, especially if you're below 0.1 ETH. I find, at least for my value and my range and up, you're going to have people happy to throw a little bit of ETH your way, especially if you're under 0.1. It feels like pocket change in this Friend.Tech world. Now, that might not be the case. Obviously, 0.1 ETH and under is still $100 or more, depending on what key value you're at. But I have no problem lifting up those grinders under 1 ETH, under 0.1 ETH rather. I don't have any problem raising up the tide of those ships to bring up the rest of us, right? To value those small accounts, I think, is a great way to grow your account, especially with the bonding curve being as steep as it is. If you take a risk on a small account, it does not take long to be in profit, guys, and holding those for the long term could be super valuable as well. Now, there are other people out there that are investing in, say, CryptoPunks and Bored Apes and these sorts of PFPs, hoping that at some point maybe we get into the bull market and Friend.Tech really grows from a TVL perspective, and some of those accounts grow organically via their ETH holdings. There are people I know, especially I know Rec Food Farmer is doing that in particular, buying a bunch of verified punk PFPs and getting a bunch of, I think you get like 3 or 4 of each of those out there, which are super cheap right now, so that it is an interesting way to invest in Friend.Tech if you think there's some long-term, post airdrop sort of long-term investments going on, and I think that's a viable thing right now. But currently, I think the meta is all about the airdrop. So with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to chatting about Friend.Tech next week as well. Happy Points Day, and God bless.